Tyson, we obviously heard the announcement of yet another sleep sponsor, SuperSport, now securing him left, right, and center. Does it give you a lot of confidence to perform on the field when you know that the club is doing their part of it?
Yeah, for sure it does, because you can see with everyone that has joined us so far, as long as the team also does their parts, outside off the field, and then we can do ours. And yeah, obviously, so that we can have a budget to strengthen the team and able to compete.
If you look at SuperSport United, Stan Matthews said it, you guys are disruptors, you guys are looking to the status quo at the top. Is that something that is a conversation within the team as well, that when you look at it, you say that we do have the ability to disrupt what is supposed to be a big three?
Yeah, for sure, I think so. I think it's been like that for the past probably, 6, 8 years. SuperSport being in the top 4, top 5, it used to compete with against Bidvest, and I believe that they deserve, and they've worked so hard also with their history. And when it comes to cup games, to be able to each and every season to make sure that they stay in the top 4 and even fight for top 2.
Skipper, looking at the way, almost as a continuation of the former question, looking at the way the team has signed players, are you sort of happy as one of the leaders that you guys have got sort of enough experience in a way to can be consistent this season?
I think for me, obviously, we've lost some few players, and we've also received quite a few experience who've been playing in the PSL for quite some time. I think the guys that we have now, when you look at who we've let go, Kieran Johannes and Chandra Campbell, and then when you look at Pule and look at Moby, I think it's a good replacement. Guys who have much experience, international experience. I think it's when it comes to depth also, because we haven't really lost quite a few. Ime is still around, Hamza, okay, he left, because last season we had a bit of a problem, especially at the back, whenever there was an injury, but now there's a bit of a depth.
Skipper, looking at where SuperSport ended last season, number 7, with all the challenges that you faced, the different competitions, travel, stadia, what are some of the lessons that you're taking from that season, making sure that you finish at a respectable position come the 2024-25 professional season?
Yeah, as a team, we're actually not too happy about the position that we ended up in, because when you look at the first round of the league, we've been doing so well, sitting there in the top 3, top 6. And for us to be able to get number 7, with everything, I think the lessons are for us to be able to keep the clean sheet and make sure that we take our chances. I think when we look at some of the games that we've played, would have kept the clean sheet and score 1-0, then it should have made a difference in the lockdown last season.
For you personally, you saw that the club decided to exercise the 1-year option on your contract, which is always a good sign, a sign of confidence in your abilities, especially now as the years draw on. What did that say to you, the club's faith in you, especially Coach Gavin, someone who knows you so well, choosing to hold on to you for a year long?
It's an honor for me to be able to have extended for another season. Like we always want to play, and give back to the game, because the game has done a lot for us, and for me, it's like a 360-10, because I was once a youngster and seeing all these youngsters coming up, and it's my role now to give guidance to them and make sure that I keep my record, though it was a bit disturbed for the quite past years, but keep my record of playing 25 plus games a season.
Skipper, talking about youngsters, one interesting case for SuperSport is Ime Opa. Obviously, this will be his second full season if he stays injured free. As a senior guy, I wouldn't want to say it's a mega break season for him, but it's a season where he needs to step up now and show us what he can do.
100% sure, because he was his first season last season. I think now, even a lot of guys, even Chandra Campbell, it was their first season, and it was going to be tough. It was also their first time playing in Africa, so it was going to be tough. So we're expecting some improvement from all the youngsters that have got in 10 plus games, in the season, to make sure that they've learned something that they've learned. There's a lessons that they've learned during the season.
What are the sort of discussions you have with him in an informal kind of basis?
He reminds me all I was young. That's the first one because he's robust. He still has much his legs. They are obviously in football. We can always learn each and every time. There are free improvements that he can be a top defender for the country.
I want to speak about Vincent Pule. He's in a similar situation to how you were, I think, 2 seasons ago. When you had come, you suffered with injuries. There was that lack of confidence, the perform almost. But this is a chance for him to almost be reborn, to rediscover his love for the game. I remember you said that you were glowing when you came back. What does he need to do in order for him to get that glow the same way you did when you first came back?
No, I'm happy for him. We kind of have the same experience where he comes from and where he's at and who is he with. Because I remember him joining us while we were at Wits. He came from Bloemfontein, Free State. And what I've seen so far during the preseason, especially when we were in Botswana, I see the Pule that I know. I see the Pule that was at Wits. So it clearly shows that also his mental side is in a good space now. And hopefully he gets a chance on Saturday and show what I've been seeing during the Botswana preseason. And he mustn't put pressure on him as we know who we're playing against.
Skipper, it's an interesting season now because it's kickstarting the season on Saturday against the Pirates of Funa team, defending champions on top of it. What are the discussions amongst yourself as a team in making sure that you do well in this competition? I think the last time when SuperSport won this competition, I think it was 2018-19 season, if I'm not mistaken. But now you guys wanting to go back to those priorities as SuperSport, wanting to win trophies.
Yeah, for sure. We spoke about it. We know that it's the first game of the season. As much as we would have liked to start at home and not play away. Obviously for that is for us to get a proper position in the log. And yeah, like you say, that SuperSport last won the tournament 2018. Last won it 2020. Pule won it. I think is still a defending champion. So we have quite a few guys whom have a relationship with this tournament, and for us to have played and prepared the way we've been during the off-season and seeing the guys like with the injuries and everything, so the team is still a bit solid and everything, and we're looking forward to do it again.